Well, well, what is right? It's not pure yaoi. It's the aftermath. It's the aftermath. I just had a vision. I was like, oh, what if? Because I was like, oh, it's Ivan Movie 3, the sequel. Because it's the same vibes, the same not serious vibes. So I was like, oh, what if it's that guy, the boat guy, returning? And then I was like, okay, so maybe Ivan is like doing the drugs with him. I was like, no. And then like, what if he's punching Ivan? I was like, no, because I was like, I don't want them to leave on bad terms as well. Like, I don't know what they did, but it would just be funny. Like, I wouldn't want any of Ivan's companions to not like him afterwards. What if we start and I was wearing the handcuffs, the handcuffs, and he's like hiding in like a cupboard or something, and you realize the boat guy's boyfriend has come back, and we'll be very peeved, and then possibly the boyfriend is involved in a gang. I'm building lore here, like what the hell? Good put me putting boat guy on art fight next year. You know, who wants points? Little Ivan army. Okay, anyway. So yeah, that's the update. Like I just had to say it. Like I literally woke up, like not woke up, but I was a cat. I was actually lying like this, thinking I already knew I wanted to do something with the boyfriend. I mean, boat guy. Or I wanted to think about it at least, entertain the idea for myself to see if because it would be funny if he came back, because he caused such a ruckus at the fandom. God, I'm near the end of it. There are all these requests. Bloody hell. So I was like, oh, what if I bring him back? Fan favorite, bring him back. And then I was like, oh, and he's the boyfriend, and then Ivan's waking up with starting it with handcuffs. And I literally was like, got Evan. I was like, trying to unlock my iPad. I was like, whoa, I didn't write this down. Okay, my chip on the thing. The flip. You can see my tooth poking through. Ew. Anyway, I was hiding from the boyfriend, and he's like, you know, he doesn't want to be there. Like, he's not attached to this guy. Sure they had a nice time, friendly terms, but he's already, he's on the next thing. He's like, look, we did what we did. You have to give me information now. Because the information wouldn't come before, the information would come afterwards. Like, that's the whole reason Ivan would spend the night. So, Ivan's probably like, oh, for God's sake, I've done all this, and now the guys come back, and they can't even get my info. So he's probably like in like a cupboard or something, hiding like at the start, and then either he probably tries to get out, and then he probably sees his notebook, goes to try and get the notebook. Boyfriend looks, he's like, oi. Boyfriend comes over, starts swinging. Boom, trying to punch. Ivan dodges with the handcuffs. Might have to sacrifice the looking at notebook dodge, unfortunately, but I think this one does work better. Dodges, and then somehow will have to hurt himself with the handcuffs to make himself invisible again. And maybe that's how he escapes from the boyfriend, because now he's invisible. Maybe he chucks himself out the window. Something. I don't feel like he'd attack the boyfriend himself. He'd just try and wait.